Hello everyone, welcome to another market review where I'll be giving my thoughts on Bitcoin and some altcoins. Before we get into the video, big thanks to Delta for sponsoring. Delta is an investment tracker app where you can track all your crypto, stocks, NFTs, commodities and more in a single place. You can connect your exchanges, wallets and brokers using API, get deep portfolio insights and advanced metrics. Check it out using the link in the description. If you use that link, send me a message on Discord and I'll get you added to my private Discord group as well. All right, so big thanks to Delta. Check it out using the link in the description. Right, with that being said, let's get into the charts, okay? Starting off with Bitcoin, right? So we're still trading at that 52K high time frame key liquidity here that got swept, and honestly after this weekly candle, right, which closed massive, we've built up a small range, right, at this high time frame 52K level, a 4-hour range, and we've simply been going sideways ever since we closed that weekly very strong. Now, in my opinion, there's nothing bearish about a chart that looks like this, right? But I could, on the lower time frame, see some downside before potentially moving to new highs again, okay? So where's key liquidity gonna be resting here, right? We swept these highs. We kind of swept the lows right here, but I could honestly see one more dive lower to take out some lows before moving significantly higher. Why? Because of the weekly, sorry. Why? Because of last week's low, okay? That's gonna be key in my opinion. So from last week, we talked about the weekly close, the upcoming weekly close, which now just got closed. And we said what we wanted to see was downside early in the week, right? To put in the lower wick and then look for longs to trade it higher towards the latest part of the week. All right. So far, what has happened? We closed the weekly and got early downside. Right. We swept yesterday low. Unfortunately, we didn't sweep last week's low, which is all the way down here. So I'm not sure we're gonna get it because we just swept yesterday low and we're bouncing quite good at the moment. So not sure we're gonna get it, but what are my game plans? Well, I'll be looking for longs if we do end up going for that last week's low level before taking the highs. And what I mean with the highs is gonna be the current weekly high, right? We always assume that the weekly candle needs an upside wick and a downside wick, and as you can see at the moment, barely an upside wick, right? So if we, for example, do this and move higher first and then break back below, then this would create the weekly higher wick, which would then lose quite some probability, and we can't use that info as confluence to our long ID of longing the sweep of last week's low and targeting that high, okay? So if we do move lower from here, I will definitely be looking for longs. So if we sweep last week's high and get back above, that will be my long trigger. Ideally, like I said before, taking the highs. What will be the target? Well, first these 4 highs up here, and I think if we close some 4-hour candles above this level, right, which is that high time frame 52K level, but as you can see, low time frames, it has been pivotal as well. So if we close some 4-hour candles above there, then I think we will be moving significantly higher. All right, higher towards where? Well, if we break above there, I think we will start squeezing again, and my next target would be 57K, which is this weekly level, right? That low right here, from all the way back in 2021 when we were trading around all-time highs. Okay, So that's Bitcoin. If we move lower first, if we don't, right, I honestly think that the low could already be in. Why? Like I said, we moved straight down from the weekly close, swept yesterday low, right? In my opinion, liquidity is resting higher. So not sure we're gonna get that, but longing up here, I just don't like it because you then have to place your stop at this at these lows, which would basically be at a liquidity pool. So I don't like that. How do you solve this? Well, I'll just focus on altcoin longs, okay? And if it goes from here, alts will perform anyways. And if it goes lower, then we still get the chance to long there. All right. So let's see what Bitcoin does here. But mainly looking for longs, either on a reclaim of this, right, or on a sweep below there, like we just explained. All right, then first altcoin I want to talk about is BNB. Oof, we're close to our target. BNB trade from last week, right? Let me quickly see if I can find the chart that we posted about this one. BNB, I'm not sure if it's in the Discord. Yep, there it is. This was our plan, right, from last week, right? What was the whole idea, right? The whole idea was based on the higher time frames where liquidity was resting at this high. High time frame liquidity was resting there, and we were putting in some nice weekly candles here. And with us trading that close to that weekly high, I would have been surprised if we wouldn't take out that weekly high before potentially retracing or stalling a bit or seeing some downside. Okay, so that was the whole idea of this trade, looking for longs targeting that high, right? As you can see, that high comes in here just slightly below $400. We've drawn this this fresh range, right? On the 2 hour, the hourly doesn't really matter. The high, well, highs, the lows, right? Demand, low time frame demand right here, resting right below this range low level. I was initially long already from inside this range, but I said I will add if we get a sweep of the lows into that green demand level, and I'll be targeting the highs. And as you can see, lower time frames, how beautifully that played out. And we are actually about to hit my full take profit live on stream. Okay, so my first target for this trade were these equal highs, so I closed half there already, and the second target is this full TP at 398, which I think will get hit today. Okay, so beautiful trade. We had a beautiful invalidation here in case we would have drop back inside this range, right? That's not what we wanted to see, because then we would likely trade back towards the lower part of this range, these range lows. So that was our invalidation, clean stop loss, drawn liquidity towards these highs and towards these, and as you can see, that played out beautifully. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. I am mostly gonna let Monday play out and focus on our Monday ranges. Tomorrow I'll mainly be looking for longs as always, maybe some hedges on Bitcoin, but mostly will be longs. Just one more thing I'm gonna talk about is Mask actually. Let's get up the chart. Why? Because I bought a spot back on this one today actually. Let me quickly explain why. We got this weekly range, right? So this massive pump, the high, then the first low that was made after that high was this one right here. Okay, so could draw it like this, so it's a little bit cleaner. It's not these lows, but it's these lows, right? Swept the lows, back to the highs, swept the highs, right? Weekly range, as you can see, range mean pivotal, confirming the range. Been resistance for all of this time here, wicked above, closed below, and what did we just do on last weekly candle? Massive close above our range mean. That was a bullish signal in my opinion. Clean highs resting above us. First one right there, second one up here, and then it's this one right there. At 7.5 towards $8, clean liquidity towards those highs. So I think we start moving up aggressively from here. Invalidation would be a break below this green area, but if we head towards that green area, right, before moving up significantly, I will definitely be looking to add to my spot bags. The only thing I want to see is this green area and the range mean to hold on a weekly basis, okay? And as long as we do so, I believe these clean highs here are next. Close the weekly above these two, and I think we fill in all of this move all the way up until $14, okay? So definitely keep an eye on this one. And apart from that, right, we will be looking for longs, but I'm gonna be patient and let Monday play out for now. All right, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.